Hello and welcome to the first episode of Scottsdale Unfiltered. Let's get into our guests today. First, we have Madeline. Madeline is from Scottsdale, Arizona. She's a project coordinator at a construction company and a promoter at Hi-Fi here in Old Town. Give it up for Madeline.
Woohoo!
Next, we have Evelyn. Evelyn is from Sinaloa, Mexico. She works as pharmaceutical sales and as a host at Etta and Scottsdale. Give it up for Evelyn. Next, we have Jordan. Jordan is from Phoenix, Arizona, and she is an esthetician.
You pronounced
Give
it
it up for
right.
her,
Good
Jordan.
job. Yeah, it's a hard word.
Yeah, that was harder than Sinaloa. Who would have thought? Next, we have Jessica. Jessica is from Phoenix, Arizona, and she is a medical assistant and model. Give it up for Jessica. Next, we have Chloe. Chloe is from Utah. She is a model and studying criminal justice because she likes to help people. Give it up for Chloe. And finally, we have Kiana. Kiana's from Phoenix, Arizona, and she is a automotive sales rep.
Nice.
All right, let's get into the videos.
Long distance relationships, they are not for the weak. Thankfully, we're in a time where you can call, text, and FaceTime as much as you like, but you quickly realize how much you miss someone when they're not physically present. The intriguing thing to me though is now you're really challenged to prove your love. And when times get hard, you can't allow space to become the demise in your relationship. So it's important to continue to provide reassurance as needed and find new ways to normalize being in a healthy long distance relationship.
All right, so what do you guys think? You think long distance relationships work? Sometimes? Why sometimes? Why sometimes, Evelyn?
I feel like it really just depends on the person that you're in a relationship with. If they're mature enough to kind of gauge that you are going to have some space to, like, you know, do your own thing and stuff, it can be very healthy in a sense. But if you're with a person that's kind of not to like label but insecure in a sense where they need a lot of like reassurance, that's when trouble comes in. And like it's gonna be hard on yourself and on them and the relationship and even like their personal relationships too. So it really just depends on the person and how mature they are, you know?
Okay. Anyone else?
I feel like, communication is definitely like a big one there. Like if you can't communicate and like understand that space is okay, then you're not gonna be able to do it. And I also feel like having like an end date helps a lot. Like if you're long-term just to be long-term for like God knows how long, like that's kind of shitty. Like what are you waiting for like ultimately? But if you have like, oh, in 2 years, like we'll be able to move in together, like we'll be in the same city, like that makes it a little bit easier to be like long distance. But if you're just like long distance for this foreseeable future, like you might want to keep your options open. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think it's for the weak. I think you are going to you better figure out that communication situation quickly and grow in that area. And yeah, you need to have like goals with that. You can't just be like, oh, I really like this person. Let's date long. Like I do have a friend that she's kind of doing that right now, but like he literally lives in like Canada. And then she's like, this is great. I love what we're doing. I'm having a good time, but like, we're literally, where are we going to go? Like, are you going to move here? Cause I'm not moving there. And I'm like, yeah, you might want to figure that out before you get any more invested, because at what point do you draw the line? And the longer you're with that person, the harder it's going to be to leave, especially if it goes well. So yeah, you set an end date, set a goal. Hate to say it, but not really an ultimatum, but like, hey, if we're not here at a certain point, we both have to, do what's best for each other. So
How do you determine who moves in with who? Right? Where is it?
that's where the communication comes in.
Yeah.
Communication and a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've-
A goal.
Have you been in one, Kiana?
No, but I have a friend. She lives in Northern California. She does weather broadcasting on the news. Her boyfriend is in LA and he is actually in school to be a lawyer. And that's the only long-term or long-distance relationship I've actually seen be successful, because they do keep the communication. They try to see each other as much as possible. And they do make a point to be like, hey, this is the goal. This is what our plan is. Obviously, he's going to finish in school. She gets transferred around to different states for different stuff. So once he's done, he's going to kind of follow her, because he can be a lawyer anywhere. She's like, on the news, she's trying to level up. So they do have the communication. They have a goal in mind, like a common goal. And that's the only long distance relationship I've seen actually be successful that I'm like, okay, they're going to make it.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I'm like, realistically.
How long do you guys think a long distance relationship can last before someone has to move in with the other person?
Oh, God.
boy.
Yeah.
It depends, honestly.
I gotta say probably like 3 years, honestly.
3
I think-
years.
I think that's max
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because you also have to surround yourself with people that like are good influencers. Because if you're going out partying all the time with, you know, the guy friends that are also single, like that can also take a toll on someone's. Unfortunately, it does take a toll on especially a man's mental like state. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, yeah.
You had one?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only truly successful long distance relationship I've seen was within an already married couple. They both had very demanding jobs and were traveling in completely different time zones, schedules. Like they fully just like didn't even really live together like anymore. But they had already been married for like I think 15, 20 years. So they just already had that like that relationship, that trust, that faith built up over so much time that like it just was their normal. Like it really wasn't anything that they thought of as long distance. It's like that's just their marriage and that's what works for them. And kind of like how you had said, it's just like it really is like per person and per people. Everyone's different. Everyone has different attachment styles. I do think that a big thing, kind of how you were touching on like the partying scene and stuff like that, it's like to be long distance, I think you each need to really have your own thing going. You need to be busy in something. You need to have something that you are able to get yourself to wake up to do every single day and want to do it and put your effort and your mind and your focus and your energy into that. Otherwise, you're just sitting there wondering, thinking, pondering, thinking of other scenarios and possibilities. And like, again, it really, like everyone's kind of said, it really just comes down to the communication of it all. But yeah, I mean, I had a coworker, she moved here from Texas, had like a 3-year long boyfriend back in Texas. And within like 6 months of being here, they had decided to break up because it was just too hard. But it's also like, well, like I think my coworker, she's definitely more of a like physical touch, like time together sort of person. So like, yeah, like that's gonna, you know, build up on her and make her feel uncomfortable, upset in the situation. I don't know exactly what happened with them. I just know they're not together anymore. But whereas somebody who maybe it's just more of words of affirmation that they like, and they can do with being physically apart, like it just is very much per person, I think. But it's definitely a harder thing for sure. Like there's a deeper kind of level of trust that you have to have
I
to.
feel like it comes with time too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like newer relationships, like people our age, it's not going to work simply because of object permanence.
Yeah.
Big words. Let's go.
Like we're going out all the time. We're young. Like we're young, pretty girls. Like we're gonna get attention wherever we go. That's just kind of how it is. And like if you don't have time and like dedication for this person, like you're not. It's hard to like keep someone as a priority when you barely ever see them.
Yeah.
And like it's really hard to just communicate over the phone because that's not like a real relationship you're like building. And like if you ask like a lot of therapists, they'll even say like it's not a healthy relationship to like just be simply building over the phone. So I feel like that's why like the only long-term relationships I've seen work out were from people that were already married, like you said. And like it's just kind of like the norm, like they're not going out and partying and meeting new people, you know. It's like a different scene. But like all of the people that like when I went off to college, I had so many friends that were in long distance relationships and they were forming relationships like outside of their relationships. And like just I haven't seen one work out except for like people that are older and married and like have a lot more commitment and like, you know, there's a lot more to lose there. But I feel like, yeah, I mean, it takes a really strong kind of relationship to last long distance for sure.
But I will say, like, my parents are, their relationship was like that. I mean, with my mom and my stepdad was living in the US, my mom was living in Mexico. They had an over the phone relationship for 2 years. So it really just depended on like how mature they were in a sense. That's why like the age thing comes up too, because they were already older. They were like 35, 36. So they already knew what they wanted in life, and they
Yeah.
both wanted each other like so bad. They would visit each other maybe like every 6 months or so. So it
No
was kinda
FaceTime
hard.
either.
No
Jesus.
FaceTime, yeah.
Crazy.
So it was hard, and I mean they've been together for almost 20 years now. So some things just tend to happen that way if they're meant to happen in that sense. But you need to have like that maturity, and like age comes into like a huge factor into that, you know,
Yeah.
especially like what you said, like the partying and all that. Like it's just hard. But since they were like older people, no offense, or like on the older side, they definitely knew like what they wanted in life, and they wanted each other. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This one's fun.
He's a 10, but he's short.
A 1. I'm 5'3", so if he's shorter than me, he's a 1.
Okay.
7.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really need tall guys, so he's like a 6.
He's a 6. And then what about shorter than you?
Again, personal opinion. It's just what I'm just not attracted to guys shorter than me, so I'm gonna go with a 5.
He's a 4, but he's rich. That's all you know about him.
I'll go 7.
6.
Okay, so he's like a 7.
8.
He's a 6, but he drives a luxury car.
But you'll bump up a little bit, so 7. 7. And 8.
He's a 5, but he has a boat.
I just had this one with my girlfriend. 8.
All right.
that's crazy.
Jordan. He's a 10, but he's short.
Okay, well, I can understand, but I'm 5'6". I'm not that tall. I'm not that short. But I do feel like we should save some of the taller dudes for the taller girls. Like, I empathize the hell out of that.
Altruism in you is
Yeah.
amazing.
So, like, you really only need them to be like maybe a few inches taller than you. Like, you do not need to be 5'3" and be dating a 6'3" person. And it also, this is like a totally different rabbit hole we could go down. If he looks like your freaking dad because he's so tall and you look like a child because you're so short, kind of weird. Not saying all of them are like that, but it gives me a little bit of a weird vibe, but that's a totally different thing. I'm not going to judge. But yeah, no, I'm not that worried. Don't get me wrong. It is really weird if they're like significantly shorter than me. I've dated a dude that was the same height as me. I didn't wear heels very often. But like the dude that I'm dating now, he's almost 6 foot. I got lucky, but I mean, I didn't know that. Maybe he didn't put it in his profile, and we're doing just fine.
So Shaq's just fucked. Any girl he dates, it's gonna look creepy, huh?
No. I think it's easier the taller that you are, you're gonna not have an issue. It's probably harder if you're shorter, but I mean, I know some really good dudes that have been shorter dudes, and it's like, hey man, this is a good dude, and so many girls write them off, and it's like, when you're old and you're both in a freaking wheelchair, what is it gonna matter, you know? So I don't know.
Good point. Yeah.
Ellen,
Easier said than done.
the perfect person to ask. I don't know why, but the perfect person to ask.
No, it's fair. I mean, I've dated from like all heights, I guess. Like I'm 4'10", so I'm pretty like petite.
Have you met any 4'9" guys?
Well, I dated 6'4" and 6'3".
Girl, that's where they're going.
So,
Nice.
but at the end of the day, like it really just depends on the person, because I've dated this guy that was in Mexico. We actually did a long distance relationship for a little bit. But to me, the height really didn't matter because his heart was so pure that I just saw him for who he was and not the height in a sense. And that mattered a lot more to me. And then the guys that I date that are like 6'3", 6'4", I don't know, they kind of treat me kind of shitty because they think they're the prize in a sense. So to me, I'm like, I'm so valuable, like, and you think your height is gonna overdo that, like, it's just kind of crazy. So I really just think like you have to look at people's hearts, because what you said, like, when you're old, is height really gonna matter? Like, it really isn't, you know?
Is that you're thinking like that though? Right now, you're thinking about when you're old.
100%, yeah,
Okay.
100%. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to waste my time, you know? Like, their time is valuable, my time is valuable, and I want to meet the right person at the end of the day. So I might date around here and there all the time, but at the end of the day, I am looking for that one person that is very genuine, that matches my core values in a sense.
So the 6'4" guy's gonna be more short term.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, noted. Madeline, 5'10" Madeline.
Yeah, so height definitely matters for me, unfortunately, because I love heels. So like going out, anytime I'm in public, I'm like easily at least 6 foot. So like I don't even notice that guy. Like the guys that I go for are guys that are like in eye shot of me, and they are going to be taller than 6 foot. Like any guy shorter than 6 foot is gonna be shorter than me, and like my family's very active. I like plan on having very active children, and like everyone in my family is super tall, and like I can make some D1 babies if I get a tall guy. So like I'm thinking like, in terms of future, and like I don't know, I don't typically go for shorter guy. I think the shortest guy I've ever been with was like 6 foot. And then I think I briefly talked to a man that was 5'10", and he like made comments about how I was bigger than him, and I was like, never doing that again. So I feel like for me, height is definitely a big thing, which I mean, I feel like the bigger they are, definitely the more douchebag they are. So that's quite unfortunate, and definitely like explains my dating history to a T. But I feel like just kind of by default, I go for taller guys just because like I am much taller. So like short to me is like someone that's like a 6 foot or less, because like, I'm very tall. So
And again, with Madeline, they must be able to freestyle on demand.
on demand.
For how long?
They must be
How
able to
long
go
must the
hard,
freestyle last for, Madeline?
Right now, baby.
She told me the other day. She's like, "No, he wouldn't freestyle, so you got the step in."
Yeah, no, he had to leave, of course. Yeah, they have to go bar for bar with me, most importantly.
Amazing. Jess, 6 foot, right?
Yes. Yeah. Similar to Madeline, I'm 6 feet just without heels. It's definitely been harder to find like taller guys that aren't, pieces of shit, unfortunately.
Wow, hold on. Is there a correlation here with taller guys being more pieces of shit?
I must agree.
Really?
They get
It
more
adds
girls.
to their ego, 100%.
Okay.
Because they know and I'm not going to say that there's not people that value height. Like if you get along with somebody that's tall, you get along with them. But some of them take it so far that they do think they're better than other men.
They think
they're
of it
better
as like
than
currency almost. I
Yes.
feel
Not not every dude.
Yeah.
Not every dude. I will
Just
say that.
99%.
But but like it's still enough for us to recognize a pattern.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a 6'3" guy here in the room, by the way, if you didn't know. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Jess.
Is he in the room with it? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sitting. I can't tell.
Jess, go ahead.
I mean, like to answer the video, like if a guy's like, 5'10" and he's hot and he's a 10, like that doesn't mean he's not a 10. Like I can still appreciate I mean, I can't even think of somebody right now, like Josh
Zac
Hutcherson
Efron.
when he was like Zac Efron, like Tom
5'7".
Cruise, like arguably, I'm still gonna look at them and be like, like you're an attractive dude, like good for you, awesome. Am I personally interested? No, I'm not. I mean, have I been with people like either around my height? Mostly, honestly, that has been anyone I've ever dated or been with has been around my height. I've never been with someone where I was able to wear like my tallest heels and still be shorter. And like I'm still looking for that. I mean, I guess like being a model too, it's like in a photo aesthetically that is more pleasing, I guess, to me for the guy to be bigger in the picture. I also personally, I'm athletic, so it's not like I have the skinniest thighs. I'm not saying I'm, super, thick or whatever, but like I do have some muscle tone. I don't want to be in like, an intimate position and I'm feeling like I'm like overpowering the guy personally. That's not attractive to me.
Throws off the balance.
I don't like it. Exactly.
Feminine.
Like
We need
I don't. I've done it before. I did not enjoy it. I
That's so
immediately was
fair.
like, this feels fucking weird. I just don't like it.
You get less muscle tone, or is Andy was shorter? Or like how? What do you mean?
Well,
I mean,
he
he
was
was,
bigger
he was
than
like
man,
a
that's,
soccer
like,
player, but it's like
as a girl, you
my
wanna feel,
thigh
like,
is
little.
like still like bigger than yours, and like I just like my torso's like this doesn't even like match. Like this is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
working. Like sorry,
it's not working.
but it's just like I don't know. Like a 10 is a 10 is a 10. Like whoop-de-doo. Am I personally gonna go for you in that regard? No, I guess like that's my answer on that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Chloe, what do you think?
I got a lot of opinions on this
Go
one.
for it.
but- so I'm 5'4", so I feel like I'm a good height. And I've dated people who are taller than me, people who are shorter than me. and then people who were just the same height. However, I think when we all think of Prince Charming, we're not thinking of somebody that's shorter than us. That's just my opinion.
Right, right.
We're thinking of somebody who is taller than us. So I can agree with some of the people in the video. I can also agree with some of the people on the video when they rank higher when they have like a boat or something. And that's not because I'm chasing people for money. That is not the case. But realistically, like me as a woman and dating someone, obviously that's a man, it's really attractive when they have their life together, is it not?
Yes.
Like we're looking for someone that like we want to start something with. We want to start a family. Like we want to carry their child, and you know we can go deeper into that. But
So it's not so much the materialistic stuff. It's he has his shit together.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
signs of
Like,
success.
Interesting.
exactly,
A lot of
Don't
guys
get
think the
wrong.
opposite. A lot of
Yeah.
guys think they're just chasing money.
Yeah.
exactly.
They can have a boat and be in debt. They can have a
Yeah.
nice car.
Yeah.
Dudes can have nice cars, especially around here.
Scottsdale, 30,
Yeah,
what is it
like,
called? 30K millionaires? Is that the
Your
same?
mom pays for your tables when you go out to Old
Right.
Town. Like my
Your
God.
mom pays for tables.
I've seen that on Instagram. I'm
Or,
like,
like,
bro,
you
and it was
can't
deleted
even-
2 hours later. And I'm like, you posted that when you were
Exactly.
fucked up, didn't you?
Exactly.
Somebody did an oops. But
awesome.
yeah, no,
Exactly.
it's
but a guy can be 5'8", 5'6", whatever the height may be. But if he has his shit together, and I'm not talking about mom's money or dad's money, like he has his shit together, it is 10 times more attractive,
yes.
in my opinion.
Nice.
So
Kiana.
So I feel like my answers are kind of combined with Jess's and yours. So I like to wear heels. I'm like 5'7". So I'm like the average man height. I'm not like an average female. I'm like a little taller, but not like super tall. So I like to wear heels. I don't want to like feel like the man. I like to balance a lot. I focus on balancing my masculine and feminine energy. But I find myself a lot sitting in my masculine energy just because I like in situations I have been taller, that or like just like circumstantial issues or just like men in general like wanting to be treated like a woman, like in the least disrespectful way to put that. Like I don't like to feel like the man personally. And also like I've dated guys that have been like my height, maybe a little shorter, but I've always felt more masculine in those type of situations. And I feel like sit in that energy more on a natural basis. So like I'm like I would rather have somebody that like puts me in my place. You know what I mean? Like in like a non like powerful point, but somebody who's like, okay, you don't need to do that. So like in me, like with a man shorter than me, I'm like, I'm literally looking down on you. Like in the least disrespectful point, but it's true. Like I don't want to feel
Well, it's like
put in
as a
that
man, you want to feel
position.
masculine too.
Exactly. And as a woman, I want to be able to feel
Yeah,
feminine.
exactly.
So like that's my aspect on it. Like I'm not against it because I'm more like I'm not the type looking like, yes, I want to be attracted to you, like how you look. But I also tend to lean more towards like who you are as a person. So like I'd be willing to be open to somebody who's shorter, maybe, but it's not gonna be my first pick. But like you'd really have to like as a person like change my viewpoint on you, like to where I don't even see that, you know. So that's just kind of my point of view. But I don't want to feel like the man in any situation. I've done that too much. So
I do
over it.
want to piggyback on that really quick because I totally agree. Like you want to feel like sometimes it's like, yeah, like I just don't want to be like in charge of something right now.
Yeah.
Like as a girl that I live by myself, I do modeling, etc. And I honestly, I just do a lot of things by myself. And through that, I'm, in parking garages, parking lots, grocery stores late at night, alleyways going from a random shoot or show to the parking garage, whatever. I'm alone by myself a lot. And also being a 6 foot tall girl, that does give me an advantage in feeling safer in those situations because, I'm sorry, if I'm this tall and I'm walking around and I have a purpose, like, my uncle's a cop. So I know, like, you walk with a purpose, you don't look with your head down, like, you have, like, a hand free, you have your keys ready, like, all the good stuff, blah, 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 blah. If I'm in that situation, like, I will say I'm very grateful. I have not been pulled up on in any of those situations where I've felt like I was threatened or being taken advantage of or anything. I'm very grateful for that. However, sometimes I don't always want to be on, you know? Like
100%.
I want to feel protected, if that makes sense. And like if I'm physically just bigger than the guy,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
doesn't give
I don't
protection.
feel protected. I just
Yeah.
don't. And like, you know, people
That's
that
fair.
want to hurt people, they think crazy things and they might think like, oh, like I can go for both of them. Like you never know. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. And it's just
100%.
like literally the one of the first ways that I fell in love with my ex was because we were at my apartment. He didn't move in yet. And I had ordered pizza for me and my friends that were over. And when they came and knocked on the door, he got up and went and answered the door and, you know, did the payment exchange, et cetera, et cetera. And it's such a simple little thing. Like it's getting pizza from the door. But I did look at my friend and I was like, I love that. Like, I just love that. Like taking control. Yeah, exactly. Like being the bigger man, you know?
Leading.
Like,
Yes.
exactly.
Appropriately leading.
Yeah. And it's just like, I feel like if I can see over your head in front, you're not leading me, babe.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're not.
like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just, like you said, it really is like playing that masculine, feminine, like
100%.
in this world with everything that we're subject to as females. Like we have to be our own masculine, you know,
It's exhausting.
voice for ourselves sometimes. And you just don't want to be, especially if you're in that type of romantic relationship. It's like, no, like we take care of each other. And like maybe it's the traditional vibe, whatever. I don't know if people like all that, you know, everything's controversial now. But it's like I do want to feel taken care of. I want to feel supported.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying that somebody shorter than me cannot do that. Just
It's going to be different.
it's just different. And like kind of like the example I gave. If we're in a alleyway by ourselves and I'm here and you're here, like I think just naturally
We're all gonna
as
be
like
laughing.
You're going to
Exactly.
just instinctively jump in front
Right.
and be like, no, this is
Yeah,
mine.
right, exactly. So it's just like I don't know.
She's
That's
swinging that person.
another
Protect
part
him.
of that. I
Like
think.
the short girls can have the shorter guys. I feel like it works.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's
the
a-
taller ones.
it's a
It works.
balance.
And like also like kissing. Like
Oh,
I'm sorry, but like kissing someone shorter, like I feel like a super short girl kissing a really tall guy, like that's super awkward. Whereas I feel like everything just has to be like the guy has to be a couple inches taller, just works that way.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
like,
It doesn't
He's
have to
doing
be
a-
drastic. It
like,
doesn't
if I have to
some
lean down to
short
kiss you,
guys-
please.
Yeah.
Some short guys think of it as like a kink. Like it's like
Yeah,
a
so like, I
kink
wanna climb
sometimes,
that.
like a mommy kink.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
so
not
weird.
about
Like
that.
I am not
my
big on
vibe.
I am not
yours.
about that.
Yeah, that's happened lately, Jess.
No, guys,
Not
short
lately,
guys, tall girls,
But
short
like
guys.
I
It's so
did
weird.
have a
That's when you go
manager one
pay
time that
A manager. Oh no, in the workplace.
He didn't do it to me. He just was very rude to me. And I remember I asked some other coworkers that had been there longer, I was like, why is he so mean to me? And they were like, he has a thing for tall girls. And then they pulled up a fit photo. They had all gone to like a rave and he was on a girl's shoulders at the rave.
Oh please,
That's the
that
worst.
man.
Mad props to the girl,
please.
but also
Giving little
sorry at the
spoon.
same time.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I was just like,
I just know she's strong.
Yeah.
Like that.
but like I have had boys be like, oh my gosh, do you want to be my mommy? And you're in the club
No.
and you're just like,
Please go buy
I'm
my
actually
drink.
gonna go get my
Yeah.
tubes tied right now. Thank you so much.
I'm
No.
actually gay now. Thank you.
Like no.
Oh my
No, I feel like yeah, short men have like a little bit of a toot on them. Like they'll come up, they have like all the confidence in the world. I'll give them props to that, but they'll like come up so confidently, and I'm like, oh, like,
They come
no,
up so
thank
much
you.
more
Like
confident.
what the fuck? Like you're ugly anyway.
No.
Yeah.
Like they get so
Well,
mad.
some of
They're
that's
so
just
sassy.
Yeah.
Like,
Men
oh my
in
God.
general that aren't confident, they definitely pull that one on you. They whip it around you and be like, I wasn't even interested in you to begin with. And like, then why did you come over to
Then
me?
why are you talking
Exactly.
to me?
Exactly.
It's like,
Sorry,
why
why
are
are
you
you
coming
actually-
up to
yeah,
me?
why
They're
are you
like
my
little
business?
chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Yap yap yap. Like please.
For real.
Yeah.
Do men get butthurt a lot?
Oh
my God.
It's funny because they think we're the emotional ones, but y'all
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
even drive and get mad. I have literally had men try to run me off the road when they see that I'm the girl driving the car.
Yep.
Oh, that's a girl, not in my, nope, not. But I'm like, dude, other people were passing you because you were going slow. So I hopped in line past you, and then you see me, and I'm then. Or there was one time I had a dude that was hauling ass, and then he looked over and saw I was a girl, and he's like, oh, hey, and he started waving at me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the only time I've had that happen. Every other time they're all like, I'm gonna. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
then speed up. Like it's not that serious.
And then they wonder why we have to be so masculine.
Mhm.
Exactly. Period. Snaps.
All right, Jordan, he's a 4, but he's rich. What do you give him?
Okay.
Is he giving me the money?
Well, okay, but see, here's the thing: is a lot of girls. I do have some friends that are like, "Oh, but like he's got money. He drives a Rolls Royce. He does this. He does." I'm like, "But is he giving you that money? Is it your money? Does you get to do anything with? Then what does it mean to you if he has money or not? Because he could be like, "Oh, but look, I have money. I'm going to buy you this," and then he can use it against you. So I'm like, even if they have something, doesn't mean it's going to be yours. Doesn't mean, and that obviously shouldn't be the reason you're with somebody. So it could be a good sign. Like, yeah, this person's successful, and then we could really build something together because we're not having to come from like a really low spot. But like, just proceed with caution. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gone on dates and like met up with dudes and been like, I don't know. And like kind of giving them a chance. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? I really like this person. I find them really charming. They become way more attractive. There is a limit, you know, they can't be like, you still have to find them something about them physically attractive a little bit, but you can build on that with their
What's the max?
personality.
He's a 4. What does being rich bring him to?
Is he generous?
Maybe 5 for me.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah, no, like it doesn't go up much because there's also dudes that think they can just buy your affection
Sure.
with that. I've literally gone out and had a dude try to like pay me to do things with. I'm like, I just met you, dude. I don't know anything about you. Am I gonna feel like, what if I say for some reason I did that? What are you gonna do to me when we're alone? Like, am I gonna be safe? Are you gonna give me something? Like physically give me like a disease, you know? Not that I'm saying that I would do that. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. But there are some girls that are okay with doing that, which is totally fine. But I'm like, you have to be careful because you're alone with these people. You don't know what they're gonna do. And if they have money, that makes them even more scary because
They can
some of them
cover it
can
up.
make you disappear.
Yeah, they can't
So-
get in trouble.
And if they're paying you, how many other girls have they paid?
Exactly. Yeah. So, and you never know where you're going to end up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's scary.
Unfortunately, it's more money, more power.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Not more
song.
problems.
I feel like.
Yeah, she's spitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Evelyn, he's a 4, but he's rich. What does he score?
Honestly, I'll put him up to like a solid 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, like, I don't know, sometimes you might be in trouble, like, financially, and like,
He's
that can
lying.
help, you know? But at the end of the day, like, what she's saying, that gives them so much power over you. Like, I was dating a couple of guys who we were, like, in a relationship, and they would give me, like, an allowance. But at the end of the day, like, that held so much power over me. I felt so, like, not useless in a sense, but I felt like I couldn't contribute more to the relationship in any way because he would take my allowance away or like he would punish me in that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very transactional and it wasn't very genuine. So that only lasted a couple of weeks of that relationship. Obviously, like it's not something that you would want. Yeah, it's not stable, and I feel like as a girl, you need stability. Like you need someone to lead you and guide you. And yeah, money's good. Like the private jets are good, but it's not fulfilling.
Yeah.
Madeline.
I mean, I would, if they're a 4 but they're rich, I would probably, I mean, it depends because like I feel like it could go one of two ways. Like you're either rich but like you're super, like you're either rich and you're generous with it and like then I would bump you up to maybe like a 5 or a 6. But like if you're rich and like you're still snobby and like, because a lot of rich people are like not inclined to share their money or like spend it at all. Like usually rich people are like the worst tippers at restaurants and stuff like that. So I feel like it genuinely depends. Like there's a song lyric and it's like, I don't care how much you got, is you gonna send a little bit? Like that's kind of where I'm at. Like my ex used to steal yogurt parfaits from Einstein's because he was so broke. And like, so it's like, obviously I'm not gonna go after someone's money. Like I'm extremely independent. So like I will never ask for money, like ever. And I will like, I have a very hard time accepting it from people. So I feel like, and then my last ex, like he would boast about how much money he made and then he would lie about getting me gifts. Like he would say that they're coming, like he would never get them. And like, so I feel like, yeah, it just depends. Like, are you generous and humble or like, are you just gonna like flex this money and like just be a piece of shit about it, you know? So I feel like it kind of depends on how you use it.
Jess. He's a 4, but he's rich.
I mean, for me, he's still a 4 personally. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just, it doesn't change who you are, I guess, to me. Like, if I'm not physically attracted to you, just because you have money isn't going to make me physically attracted to you. If you're, you know, not a nice person and you have money, doesn't mean I'm going to start thinking you're a nice person. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just a simple, like, for me, it doesn't change anything in my mind, I guess, in terms of like what I
She's a humble queen.
would want in like a partner. Like, I mean, to the argument of like, yeah, like to show that you have a good career for yourself and like having that sort of stability and everything, like absolutely is that in and of itself attractive? For sure. But if you're acting as a personality trait of yours as being rich, then
That's so
you're
ugly.
still a 4. Like the rich part, that needs to be a background, like not something that you like. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying you can't like have a nice car, a nice bag or wallet or watch or blah, 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 blah. But like to act like that's like the same sort of trait as like, oh, this is a generous person, they donate every month to charity or whatever. Like those, it's just not the same thing, I guess, to me. I don't know if that's a good answer.
Nice.
Or
No.
not.
Nice. Chloe.
I completely agree with you, Jess. I think that I rank it a 4 still, and I think that's just who has the money. It's not about the money. It's about like who the person behind the money is, because you can make $100,000 a year or $100,000 plus, but you could be someone who is nasty and do nasty things, not only to women but to children or anything from that. But you can also have $100,000 plus a year and be the greatest person on earth.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just who the person is behind the money. So I completely agree with you. I think it just stays a 4 until personality comes in.
Yeah.
Kiana's pressured to give the 4.
No, I actually am going to keep the 4. I feel like I have a very different look on everything because I think it's a 4 still as well. I've been put in situations like not even in romantic, but like family dynamics where money's been, or like favors that like is like something a family member would normally do for a family member has been held against me.
Yeah.
So like I will never allow myself to be put in a position where somebody has more money than me and they can hold that over my head. Or I did this for you, I bought that for you, and you have to do this. Absolutely not. I've decided for myself since then. I met a lady one time in Nobu, and she was my inspiration. Her name is Catherine. So she is in a relationship with a man. She has a house in Houston. He has a house in San Diego. They have a house together in Malibu. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
that's the dynamic I want. Because I will never let anybody hold their money or anything above my head. And having money doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I've had money, I've had no money. Like, I've been back and forth. I know all dynamics. So for me, like, I've always decided, like, I will not let myself get into a serious relationship unless I can fully financially support myself and like make sure everything's good. And the person that I would be with has that on their own. I will never rely on anybody, and I don't want anybody to like rely on me for financial needs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I will not be in a relationship with somebody unless I can fully take care of myself and they can fully take care of themselves personally.
It's very fair.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
you get your money, I get
agree.
mine. If we need to put it together one day, then cool. But
Yeah.
other than that, worry about your own stuff.
Yeah.
Don't look at me and I won't look at you for that.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
that's how I
100%.
look at it.
All right, so does boat increase the score at all from the scores you gave? Not at all, huh?
It could be a shitty boat.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but like it
I
could.
don't have a lot of cool boats in Lake Pleasant, so I found. It's not exactly Miami.
I'm going to go get my own boat, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to the next video.
A recent meta-analysis of 96 studies testing 6 dimensions of masculinity found that strength and muscularity was the strongest and most consistent predictor of a man's mating success. Better than a deep voice, better than testosterone, even better than height. Bit surprising, I know, and while numbers can lie, in this case, I don't think numbers are lying. Now, part of this is probably just the likely personality that gets jacked. The men who do the things you need to do to get strong and muscular are probably more ambitious romantically, on average. A large part of this seems to be scaring off rivals. There's some research indicating that formidability in the eyes of men is more important to your romantic success than attractiveness to women. Jacked dudes might just not have to compete for the women they want because other men are just just too scared to test their temper. But to be clear, some of this association is attractiveness. Men might want to be more muscular than women want them to be, but women typically still prefer men who are more muscular than average. So given that muscles are scientifically sexy, what is up with the dad bod phenomenon? When choosing a mate, women are looking for men who are able to produce robust offspring and protect them, but they're also looking for a man who will nurture and invest in her and her offspring. And some hypothesize that more muscular men are less likely to be good at this nurturing role on average. Perhaps they're more likely to be the aggressive type and or less likely to be the committed type. And indeed, that is women's perception of them. There's been direct research on dad bods, and sure enough, women perceive men who are plumper and less muscular to be better dad candidates. And so even if in the broadest sense athletic men are more attractive to women, it's perfectly sensible that some women, especially in some contexts, will find a dad bod, a soft physique, most appealing.
All right, so raise a hand, raise of hands, who finds a dad bod attractive?
Depends on how
Like a
dad bod
half.
we're talking. But yeah.
What do you mean depends?
It's happened.
Like a half and half.
Yeah.
Half and half? No. What do you mean? Half dad bod, half muscular?
To
Yeah.
be like overweight
Like, to
because
some
that
degree.
just makes them seem lazy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
They don't take care of themselves in a sense. So like, how are you gonna take care of you above yourself?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
like, as a dad bod, like, I feel like if you're like busy doing things and like, let's say that they're successful in their job and they don't have that much time to actually
To go to the gym for 45 minutes 3 times a week?
Hey, I'm just saying.
No,
Someone has an opinion.
no, no,
Someone
no,
has
no,
an
no.
opinion. I'm just giving it. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like if they're, sometimes they have other priorities in a sense. And like, I have dated people who aren't like super muscular in a sense, but I feel so protected by them. Like, I feel like whole in a sense. And like, they make me kind of like, not complete, but I don't know. They make me feel better about myself and like being in a relationship with them. So muscles aren't really necessarily like my go-to, I guess, but like I just feel like people with muscles are a little bit more. How do I say it?
Ooh.
Attractive.
more
Attractive. That's how you say it.
More of an
A little bit-
appeal?
Yeah, like more full of themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like they take a lot more selfies in the mirror.
Yeah.
So
Clocking. For
Yeah.
real. So I'm just saying, I like dad bod.
Anyone
it
else?
comes with ego.
Yeah.
I feel like definitely. Like I'm like have always been pretty active, but I definitely have gotten into the gym more. And I feel like kind of like my freshman sophomore year of college, like I was kind of I gained a couple pounds because we were drinking more. I wasn't going to the gym as much, and like I definitely was more into dad bods. I feel like I don't know. I just like for me like that was kind of. Everyone was drinking, so everyone was just gaining a couple pounds. So I feel like for then I was always like dad bods. I love dad bods. Like, but then I started going to the gym more, and I started dating people that went to the gym a lot, and like they definitely have a way bigger ego. Which when I started going to the gym, like my ego definitely raised too. But like I feel like as a man, like taking selfies in the mirror all the time, like that's where you start to like if you're going to go for a man that's like extremely muscular and extremely active, I think that's really attractive because that shows you have drive and you care about your health and like that is very attractive. So I definitely always go for a man that's like active. But like to a point where it's like how cocky are they? You know, 'cause that's where it starts to get like a little like if you're taking more selfies than I am, like
Yeah.
we have a problem. We're gonna have a problem.
So you can't be muscular and be humble?
I mean, that's my goal. Like I would.
Those are a rare find.
Unicorns?
That's what we call a rare find.
Which, like, yeah, that's really hard to find. Like the better the body, the more gym selfies are going to be on the IG. So.
Oh, yeah? Direct correlation, huh?
Usually.
Unfortunately, more often than not, yes.
The best is a sleeper's build.
Yes.
They don't
What's
look
that?
good and out.
Sleepers,
But then
What's
you
that?
see them-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sleepers
It's
build?
where you like look smaller, but then like out like on your normal day
It's
to
like the
day.
snowboarder surf.
Yeah,
surfer
but
kinda
then like you've got like you're strong as shit underneath, like, but
Okay.
you're not walking around looking like
You're
a
not
big
flaunting
macho
it.
man, like and
Yeah.
like if your
like a
ego's
douche,
not up
yeah.
here because you know you don't look huge, but you know you're strong. Like it's like a internal ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Personality.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Second that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a happy medium there, like you said. Like, if you're, for some reason, every single guy that I've seen or like interacted with that's like super muscular, like the veins are popping out, like things are happening. He's taking creatine every day, you know, like he's fiending for that. He's almost as feminine as me, and I'm like, okay, come on, like,
that man
yeah.
wants to kiss
You know?
himself.
I'm like, okay, tone it down a notch.
Yeah.
But then you have like dad bod that, you know, eats chips all day, only goes to work like
Yeah.
his 9 to 5, or like doesn't have like a hobby, or someone that doesn't have drive, like that's unattractive as well. So it's a happy medium
Yes,
for me.
definitely. Definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy medium, Jess. How do you find a happy medium? Dad bod and rip.
God, you tell us.
I mean,
Yeah.
for
Where are they
real.
at?
I was trying to figure that shit out.
For real. I mean, I don't know. I've been going back and forth in my head about like a couple different things to say about it. I think instinctually, part of it is just like, I mean, where does the word come from? Dad bod. Okay, well, dads, we've all had a dad that has a little bit of a belly. Like, I mean, 9 times out of 10, exactly. Like it instinctually you get to that comfortable place where like, oh, like this is somebody, like I grew up being raised by somebody that looks like this. Naturally, I'm going to feel comfortable thinking about that type of life with somebody that also looks like
I
that.
think it's related to the point in time where you're what type of relationship you're looking for long term.
Yeah. I feel like
I agree. Yeah. I mean,
too.
I think part of it too, and this is kind of what I was debating saying because I don't know if I'm going to word it perfectly, but like as women, our bodies change a lot and without real warning, without real cause. And if you're, laying in bed next to your partner and I'm not saying like this is where it gets a little groggy with what I want to say. I'm not saying that a relationship is about being like physically equals or any sort of comparison. But in a woman's mind, in the world, in the society that we live in, where you really do, and I hate to say this because how many podcasts, how many girls have said exactly what I'm going to say, like a zillion. Probably half the people on this wall here have said what I'm going to say. But it is true. Like we as females are really put on a different level of criticism and expectations. And if you're, regardless of if it's you and your partner's bed or your bed, again, instinctually, your bed is your safe place. That is where you go to recoup, rest, be yourself, relax. And if you're next to somebody that is sitting there swiping through, like picture after picture posting or is just so incredibly ripped to the point where it's like you almost as a woman start to feel like, what's wrong with me? Like I just went to the gym with them. We just ate the same dinner. We're on the same diet. I mean, I'm also taking creatine. Like, why am I having this gut right now? And it's like, it literally could be because of the cycle you're in. It could be because of a medication you're on. It could be because you got sick like a week ago and your body's still fighting it off. And that's just how our bodies work. They just work differently than men's do. And I think there is that sense of safety in being able to be with someone that can fluctuate as well and is okay with fluctuating. I think when you get to that point of man that is so obsessed with gym, creatine, IG post, picture, vein pop here, vein pop here. Like, I'm not saying that they don't have the potential to be a good partner, a good person, that they're 100% all of them are going to be that kind of self-absorbed type person. It just is kind of the pattern that I think we've all seen happen, which is natural. Your testosterone is raised. I mean, that's just a chemical balance. Like, it's your testosterone and how are you raised, I guess. And that's literally just the same thing for everybody in the world. But I don't know. I just think like if you're with somebody that's okay with themselves, being a little bit puffier around the holidays or, just like letting it all go one weekend, like with you have more of that sense of equality in terms of like, hey, like, this is not going to come out right, but like you can be judged too. I'm not saying that anybody deserves to be judged, but when as females we're on this critical pedestal, the second you step into a grocery store, I mean, it's like, it's nice to just not also then have to be right next to something that you're being compared to.
Oh,
Like
100%.
extra critically,
Yes.
because now
100%.
it's like, oh my gosh, there's this one famous actor and he was just in something and he's like British or Irish or something, but his wife I think is a little bit older than him and he's viewed as like incredibly super attractive. No, I think he was just in a movie with like Pedro Pascal or something, but it's not him. It's like whoever else was in that movie.
Wait, and his wife is like much older than
Yeah,
him, and
yeah.
she's like an older blonde.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
I know.
Okay,
who
yeah,
you're
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And it's just like, I mean,
He got so much.
they're
ridicule over that.
right. Like they both get so much ridicule, and it's just like that shouldn't be.
Like if it was roles reversed,
Oh my
it would be like a completely different story, and we see that so much more because like I feel like for men, it's like it's automatically their worth is put into like how much money they have, but for women, it's automatically about beauty. Like if you're talking about any successful woman, they're immediately first gonna say like something about the way she looks first.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's how like whenever I run into someone I haven't seen in a while or like a family member, and it's like, oh, you're so beautiful. Like that does not define me, but like for basically every woman, like that's the defining factor in like
It is.
just most instances. So
And it's what
Yeah.
other men reward other men for, like, yeah, she's hot, bro.
She's
Good
hot,
job,
yo.
bro.
Yeah,
and it's like,
exactly.
what if she's a terrible person? What
Right.
if she's like, why are you
What if
not
she's
ever
dumb
worried?
as rocks?
Yeah, I'm like, why are you
Yeah,
not worried about anything beyond that?
Yeah.
But I could also see where girls, I'm like, oh, he makes good money, good for you, girl. And it's like, yeah, there's perks on both sides of that. But at the same time, it's like you need to value beyond that because it's like, I just feel like we've all just seen it pan out. It's just not going to go well if that's just what you pay attention
Like,
to
yeah.
solely.
Like at
you
the end of the day,
reward-
you have to like just match personalities.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Like I see that all. I work in obviously a very male dominated field.
Me too.
It's a dealership. I've seen like any woman has come in has been immediately objectified and
Yep.
sexualized.
Oh my god, I cry every time I go there.
I lose
Yeah.
my mind. And like people, the men, they like don't understand it because I'm like my sister came.
Locker room talk.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
My sister came. She literally got circled by men on the clock in their personal cars. Windows were down, catcalling my sister while she was picking out a car.
Oh my God.
5 times drove by while on the clock. I was like, what? So like I see it all the time, like 100%. It's a balance, and like the men just don't understand the balance of like not looking at a woman in that way. But like, I mean, it's vice versa, but because a lot of women do look at the men like on the value of money, but like it's like a balance of like both going and looking at people as a human. 100%. It's
Like
just
a respect
to like
thing.
it's
Yeah.
a respect thing.
Have some
But I see it
depth.
all the
Yeah.
time, just being in that field, 100%.
Oh
Like,
yeah, me too.
yeah.
100%. And
Girl,
there's
yeah.
like I think like 150 employees where I work, and there's like 5 females, I think.
Yeah.
So I definitely see where you're coming from. It's like ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if you as a man are okay with looking at yourself and maybe not feeling your best one day, I feel more comfortable that you can look at me when I'm not having my best day and still love me.
Yeah.
And
Still see
still
my
see me as
value.
my best
Yeah.
and still see me as a person.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like value is not all with looks, and I feel like for women it just is a lot more.
Mhm.
So
Heavy.
I mean, but like men suffer too, just in a different way. Like we always are like
Right.
expected to present our best, but like
Yeah.
for men it's a lot different. Like they don't have makeup to hide behind, or like they yeah, it's definitely a whole different ball game for them. But
For sure.
for women, it's like always
And
about
then with women,
appearance.
still, it's like you're either wearing too much makeup or not enough makeup. Like
Oh
you
my
can't
god,
win.
yeah,
as
it's
a
No.
woman.
so
Somebody's always gonna pick
literally
you apart.
Cannot win at
Right.
all.
Like
yeah.
you just,
Yeah.
you just
I get-
can't.
I get told to my face, like my guys will be like, "Oh, why do you look like this?" I'm like,
You look tired today.
no, literally.
I'm like, thanks, bitch.
God
I'm not wearing
forbid I put
concealer.
my mask
Yeah.
on.
Thanks.
Like, Jesus.
But why don't you have a belt on and your shirt's not tucked in? Why are you coming at me about my makeup? Like you don't
Yeah.
even know how to do it.
like you did not even brush your hair this
no,
morning.
literally.
Like, did you even brush your teeth? No.
Did you wash your bum hole last night? Let's be real.
Verbatim.
Well, I mean, it's a real question I have
Yeah.
every now and again. Walking.
Fortunately, more often than not.
It's
a
a
lot.
no.
Men don't know that they should clean their ass crack. I learned recently.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
an
yeah.
issue.
Yes.
Or they just
Yeah,
it
use
is an
water, and
issue.
it's like,
Yeah.
honey, soap's a thing for a reason.
I've learned that.
That should be common
No, it does need to be taught. Apparently, it does need to be taught.
No, I met like 3 men in a row, like that just didn't know that was a thing they should do, and I was like, what?
It's so
Yeah.
concerning. That's so
Well,
concerning.
yeah, I won't air out who exactly it is, but yeah, there's some, yeah.
I definitely
They
had an
admit
ex that
to
did
it.
not wash his ass crack. Like like, how
like,
do you have shit in your underwear? You're a grown man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like, how do you have a stain? It's
It's
ridiculous.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're supposed to do that, and I'm like,
What
you
do
know
you
what
mean?
Are you rage baiting me right now, motherfucker? Because this has gone way too far.
No, like, do you want to get like punched in the throat?
Yeah.
Like, are you joking?
Yeah.
No, it's so much.
No. Lysol spray to the fucking
man.
all over.
I was so shocked by it as well. I was so shocked.
the hell out of here.
No, it's.
I'm like, oh, hygiene 101, back to
Please.
basics, please.
No, literally,
It
like,
makes
back
me
to
feel bad
kindergarten, I
because
guess, like where we learn to wipe our ass.
Yeah, I'm like,
hi. Who
are
taught
you
us that?
really like? Have you really been that like not like nobody has taken care of you to tell you that?
that
Like,
long.
is that serious? Are you
No,
just that dumb?
Yes, you've ruined how many pairs of underwear?
Yeah.
No.
I've literally dudes. Well, I've literally heard of dudes just buying more underwear.
So that's
They
crazy.
won't
So that's
fucking clean themselves.
crazy.
They won't do anything
They
right.
won't
They will
do their
just buy
laundry.
more
Yeah.
underwear. And I'm like,
Oh, good.
oh, what?
No, there's this guy I met. I like
100%.
he would tell me he's like, I just like if I like take a shit, he's like, I don't even have toilet paper. He's like, I just hop right in the shower and I just bend over. I was like,
I've heard
Okay,
that.
okay.
I have also heard that.
Like
That could be similar to a bidet. Like during COVID, nobody had TP, and it's like you guys are all fucking staying home anyways. Get in the damn shower; it's right there.
No,
but
literally.
no, you should at least, if you have access to toilet paper, use the fucking toilet
You should
paper.
buy some.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, still get in the shower if it's that bad. Yeah, please get in the shower. But
like wipe first and then get in the
yeah,
shower.
like,
get some
we-
baby wipes.
use your tools, my guy. Use your tools.
Like, that's a personal investment. Okay, it's not an expense. It's a personal investment.
Should be able to write it off on our taxes.
Fuck everything up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll just
like
blame
ever
COVID
since
for all the
COVID, I
mentions
just don't have to
themselves.
use toilet paper anymore. Like what?
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That's actually criminal.
Yeah.
Jail time.
Okay, let's go to the next one. What's that, by the way?
What are some problems or frustrations that you have with today's dating world?
I feel like people don't want to be in a relationship.
Why do you get that feeling?
There's just lots of options out there. All the apps, where you can find whatever you want to find.
Do you think that the fact you have too many choices makes it a lot harder to appreciate what you could have?
100%. One red flag and you're kind of like, oh, I could go find somewhere else. Or there's multiple people on the go. You don't need to have one person when you could have 5.
What are some things that guys do that piss you off dating-wise?
Just be guys.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like guys don't think. I'm like, did you think about what you just said or did for 2 seconds?
Give an example?
No.
What's the ideal way you want to be asked out?
If a guy just walked up to me in a bar, I'd be like, this is creepy, I'm not giving you my number. But then also you're like, oh, online. There needs to be like a happy medium. Like I want to meet somebody through like a friend of a friend.
If you could offer some solutions on how someone could better date or find love, what would you say?
I think the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So work with what you have, find a person, figure it out. But also know when to leave, because some people get too comfortable and stay. You need to know when to leave.
All right, so let's unpack that. So you guys think there's too many options, and that's kind of fucking up relationships.
Yeah.
I think it's an illusion.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That it looks like there's a ton of options.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go on TikTok, see a beautiful girl. The second you open it, think, oh, look, this, but step outside, go look like, no, nobody looks like that. And that's okay. These are real people online. They're going to push attractive people, but like, go look what's around you. They're regular looking people, but guess what? They can have just as much, if not more value than just what you see on like a dating app and how pretty they are.
Yeah.
What prompts they filled out.
Yeah.
Like they could have asked AI to fill that out at this point. So is it really funny?
Yeah, exactly. But no, yeah, it's just very easy to just be like, I can go on an app here. And like, I've been in a relationship with a narcissist who, yeah, anytime he got mad, I didn't do what he wanted. Oh, I'm going to go sign up for a dating site. I'm going to put I'm single on Facebook. I'm going to change my profile picture. Look,
So
I'm out finding
manipulative.
somebody else. And doesn't that make you feel bad? I'm like, yeah, it does. But that also shows me that you have low self-esteem. You'll constantly have to go seek it elsewhere for
Yeah.
one. And two, you clearly don't respect me. So then I lose interest in you if you're not going to respect me. And it's just, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Somebody can be hot and it can look like a fantastic relationship on Instagram, but it's like, how often do you fight? How often do you worry about money? How often do you guys have whatever issues you can have? And it's, there is a lot of value in building something with somebody. A lot of people just have high turnover rates. And it's like, that doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere. Things are going to get better when you figure out the other person and build something with them. And you both find more value in it that way too. Instead of like always having to find somebody else.
Yeah. I feel like micro cheating has become so normalized now. Like micro cheating, yes. A new term that we use for cheating. For just plain cheating.
Yeah.
But I feel like, so I feel like I definitely came across, that's why my last relationship ended, because it was like started off with micro cheating and then it just like gradually turned into like bigger cheating, which I feel like micro cheating is like the word that the media has given for like cheating, but not so much physical, but like, you know, like flirting over the phone and like
liking Instagram
yes,
stories.
like liking
A work
like
wife,
liking,
a work husband.
yes, and like, you know, like just but basically just like small flirtings, and like if you're like DMing someone on Instagram and you're like you're super hot and like liking all their
Well, yeah,
Instagram
okay,
stories and
that's- I
like, you know,
get it.
like just being thirsty, like being thirsty and acting single over the phone is like, I feel like kind of why micro cheating became a word. But like, yeah, just like, or just like Snapchatting a bunch of random people. Like, how fucking old are we?
I have a streak with her since high
She's just a
school.
friend. She's my
Like,
highest
so you're
streak,
worried about your
yo.
Snapchat
25
streak.
years old.
Is
You're a
it
fucking
bringing
grown
you
adult with a job?
any value to your
What
life?
the fuck are you doing?
Why do you even have
Literally.
Snapchat?
Like, why do you have a streak still?
Exactly.
And why are you arguing with me, your girlfriend, about it?
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck about this going on a streak with.
Bottom line,
Never
it's
have.
inappropriate to do when you're in a
literally.
relationship.
Exactly. And if you're in a relationship and your partner is like, that makes me uncomfortable, stop doing it or stop
Exactly.
being their partner.
Exactly.
But when they go against that and like continue to do it and like continue to like slide up on these girls' stories and like text these random girls from like work or from like their Instagram, like it's, yeah, I feel like that has become so much more normalized now. And I feel like for women, like we're a lot more emotionally in tune. So we see that that is a problem, but for men, like they genuinely just don't get it. I'm like, that is not okay, and they're
Until
like,
they
what?
get physical.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't sleep with them. Okay, but you're still commenting
You're
on
showing
how
them that
fat
you're
her ass is.
interested.
Like,
Yeah.
what? You're still liking her half naked pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like
It
what's
makes
it, what do you
me
think
look
that's
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like as like a like I have a lot of respect for myself. So if you're gonna go and like look thirsty on other girls' pages, like don't fucking be my boyfriend. Don't be with me. It's that simple. Like be with yeah.
Were you guys exclusive at that time when he was being he was micro cheating?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
were together. We were like together for like almost 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Even if
no,
you're
yeah.
not exclusive, if you're wanting to get a girl, like, and be like, prove yourself, hey, I'm worthy of a relationship, and she should also be showing you, hey, I'm worthy of a relationship, you need to be taking those steps. I don't follow a bunch of half naked women. Cool. I don't follow a bunch of half naked dudes.
Right.
I'm not going out and hanging out with dudes and getting free drinks all night. And he's not going out and buying girls free drinks all night. Like,
Yeah.
it goes both ways.
Exactly.
do what you wouldn't want done to you.
Yes.
Golden rule, baby.
And there's so many people out there that will turn it around on you, be like, well, I justify it and I did it this way because of this, and it doesn't mean anything because I know her from here and here. I'm like, regardless of the context, it's the principle, it's the basic context without all the details. The details don't matter. You're still doing this thing. Guarantee you wouldn't want me doing that to you. So if you're like, they'll just play dumb all the time and try to like excuse it. And it's like, no, don't do that. You're dumb. You're dumb.
Yeah, I'm really big with like if he wanted to, he would. So like
Exactly.
if you like
Always will be
if
true.
you say, hey, like, and girls always know before it actually happens. Like, come on, we really do.
Unfortunately, it's a curse.
Unfortunately,
Blessing
it
and
is
a curse.
Intuition.
blessing and a
Gut
curse.
feeling.
But like, if he wanted to, he would. So if he's not gonna unfollow this girl that you are uncomfortable with, and vice versa, if we're not gonna unfollow this guy that he's uncomfortable with, then that's a problem.
There's a like lack of
I feel like
respect there.
exactly. If you're commenting on her
boundary, yeah.
pictures, if you're liking every single post, half naked pictures, whatever it is, male and female, there has to be a level, like you said, respect in a relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you need to be like kind of like, I wouldn't say like toxic in a sense, but if it didn't make sense, let's just say as an example, like I've had boyfriends where they've had 15-year friendships with a girl and the girls don't cross that boundary. It's not my place to be like, don't be friends with them because they've never crossed a boundary ever, you know? So you have to be like very aware of like the relationship they have with that person and not be so quick to judge. But at the same time, like you said, like as women, we're very, our intuition is very strong. So if we know something
can
is wrong,
tell.
yeah. so
Every
you know,
damn
you know,
time.
exactly.
Yep.
So-
Every
Well,
time.
yeah, and I feel like with like looking back on my past relationships, like I am friends with like a lot of guys. Like a lot of my close friends are guys, but like I will immediately introduce them into my relationship. Like if I'm becoming serious, I'm like, these
Yep.
are my guy friends. I am not fucking them.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm going to introduce you to them so you know who they are. So like, if you see them in my phone,
Yeah.
you know that they are not like.
Thank you.
But the guys don't have the same
Transparency.
fucking respect at all. Like literally at all. And I'm like, who are these girls? I don't know any of these girls you're talking to.
Oh,
I'm
I've
like,
known her
"They're your
forever."
friend."
Yeah.
Okay,
Like, are
okay.
you just telling
But
me
they're
that,
all
or
hot.
is yeah?
And I also saw this video the other day, and it was like men will not be friends with a woman that they will not sleep with. Like they're not going to be friends with a woman that they find unattractive.
Yeah.
So that's like bottom line. Like
Right. Like
I
unless
like
it's like their
sometimes-
buddies, like a girlfriend that got introduced into the group, like
Exactly.
that's a different
So if a
thing.
guy has female friends, your boyfriend, that's a red flag?
no.
Well, if he approaches it the
With
way that
communication.
like we
Yeah, I'm
approach
saying.
it, like, oh my gosh, like, hey, new girl I'm talking to, let's all go out to Buffalo Chip. Like, there's my friends Bob, Ken, Stacy, and Jen. Like, you
Meet the
know, like,
girlfriends.
yeah, like, you know, I went to school, I had a project, I had a job, you know, and then you see the body language, you
Yes,
see how they speak to each other. You see, did he
Yeah.
go and like
Girls can
walk her
tell,
across the
like, with
bridge
other
and buy her a
girls.
drink, or did he do that
Just
to
know.
me?
Yes.
Yeah.
But when it's like, okay,
And also-
well, on, oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
It's like when you're on, I'm like, oh, like, come hang out with me and my friends. This is Cole, Kenny, and Lacey, and Rebecca. Like, you know, it's like, that's how I've always been. Like, yeah, these are my guy
Like, make them
friends.
comfortable.
Like,
It's literally,
exactly.
Like, how would you want to be approached in that situation? Like,
Yeah.
if you're, no, you have to just put yourself in that position.
But if
I feel
I
like
come
guys
to find
don't
out,
do
like, oh, you've been
Oh, you've been sleeping
Snapchatting
with
Daniela. Like,
Why do you send so many pictures to each other?
why did Daniela just follow me on Instagram and our only common follower is you? I don't know who this
Why are you
is.
commenting on her picture?
Oh, that's just my friend. Like,
Yeah.
she does not think you and I are friends. Let me tell you that, and that's why she's
Exactly.
following me right now. I can tell
Yeah.
you that.
She's snooping because
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
we're gonna
feels
get that
more
Hey Girl
close to
DM.
you than than I should be to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had
It's
way too many of those.
so tricky because I don't ever want to be that girl that's like, you can't be friends with this person, male or female.
And you
Like,
don't have you don't trust your boyfriend.
right. Like, if I have to do that, there's a much bigger issue. But at the same time, he should be able to be transparent. If you have to hide anything, lie, alter the truth, like technically not lying, but not telling you everything, like there's an issue there.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I didn't want you to get mad. Nothing's going on. But I figured if I told you, you're going to get mad and it's going to make a big deal. So I just wanted to avoid it altogether. No. Tell me. We'll figure it out and we'll have better communication for it. And that way I know. If it
now
is,
I'm mad.
yeah, exactly. Because if I find out later on, like then it's betrayal. Like, so just avoid that altogether. I might not like how it starts out, but guess what? I'll get over it. We'll figure it out. I'd rather you do that and we go through a little blip and, figure it out instead of having a huge fallout later on. And no, I can't trust you,
Creating a place of distrust.
Yes.
Talk about it. They have to be understanding and receptive of what you're saying too,
Exactly.
because it's a two-way street at the end of the day. You know, it can be the same thing with them. Like they could be like, hey, like this guy's hitting on you. I know how guys are. The same thing with me. Like, hey, I know the boundary that you like girls set and guys set in a friendship. I'm not stupid. Like I've been around the block. Like quite a bit. Like so as long as there is communication, like, hey, I don't like this, and I hope you can understand and respect that. Then I feel like that should be set in stone.
Yeah.
And like there should not be any problems after that.
Yeah.
Well, I've also noticed like one thing I've always said, like it's cool to have girlfriends, like if you as a man, but like once you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be forming any new girlfriendships.
Yeah.
That's when it gets weird. Cause like me, like I've always like I've said, like I've always been more in my masculine energy. I have a lot of guy friends that it's always just simply been platonic. Like they're close with my parents, they know my siblings, we grew up together. They've been my source of like help when I'm having issues with like men in my life, and they've always been a source for me in that sense. So like one of my like best friends, probably been friends for like 10 years now. Anytime he has a girlfriend, he's been in obviously relationship with girls or that are very insecure or girls who are very secure. Doesn't matter the dynamic. Like I make sure that he makes sure that they are aware of me just because I'm close with all of his family. Like, and that's like for me as a woman to respect the other woman, because I'm like, I don't see you in that way. I would never see you in that way. And I want her to know that. And I want to make sure you let her know. So then once she is brought around, I like literally ignore him. I'm like, I don't even care about you. I like swoop her, take her under my wing.
Exactly.
And build that bond with her. Cause I'm like, I don't want there to be like a weird dynamic because this is one of my best friends, but I don't want you to feel insecure.
Right.
So I make the point because men are not good at communicating a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like, so like she knows about me, but like, what have you said to actually like make her secure? So like I do in my part, like as his friend, like I
100%.
make sure she feels secure.
I feel like that's
that. I
yeah,
love
for my
that.
guy friends, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
You have to just like let them know because like in my like when it's roles reversed, like I feel so much more comfortable when the girls are like that too.
Yeah.
And like I feel like guys should definitely have girlfriends. Like I think it's a red flag if a guy has no girlfriends. I think it's a red flag if he has like mostly girlfriends. You know, like there definitely has to be a balance. Like, but if he has like girlfriends that he's been friends with for years, like that is such a good green flag because that shows that he can have platonic relationships and he's not like a total scumbag. You know, and, like that also means that those girls are gonna fucking check him too.
Yeah.
Like because like I keep my guy friends in their place. Like when they're acting dumb, like we're gonna call it out. Like we're gonna highlight it. We're gonna talk about it, and we're not gonna do it again.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they don't have that, like who are these guys going to if not their girlfriends and they're fucked and it's like their guy friends and the guys are like, well fuck them, just fuck for friends. Like blah blah blah. Like they need to have some girlfriends for guidance, and I feel like whenever I've been in a relationship, I've kind of relied on the girlfriends to be like, you know, put in a good word, like, you know, I'm a good person, like, you know, hype me up.
Yeah.
And like tell him to stop being an asshole. But I feel like to a point, like if he's constantly making girlfriends, like, okay, why are you so friendly with all these girls? Like, you don't have to touch them all.
Right.
And, like, you know.
We're not besties with everyone.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? The arms around, like, the arm around.
And I
I'm like,
just had like a
No.
situation with like I was talking to this girl. I'm still talking to him, but his best friend, that's a girl, came into town, and like we met, and like I tried to like build a relationship with her because I'm always that type of like I'm gonna give you a chance until you like show me that you're not exactly. And I was chilling, like we were hanging out all together, but then I noticed that she started being like super touchy with him, and then touchy with everyone, and I was just like, okay, well. That's kind of sketch. Like I don't really appreciate that, and I'm not gonna make a big deal. She came out of town like all the way to like do her thing, whatever. So I let him know, and I was like, hey, this is not making me feel like comfortable in a sense. And he respected it. He never told the girl anything, but he made sure to like put all his attention towards me. And she kind of caught that on in a sense, and she
props to him.
tried to stop,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like
Smart
she
man.
wouldn't stop doing it with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, girl, like if
It's
it
a
was
girl
me,
problem.
yeah, it's a girl. Sometimes it is a girl problem, and like I understand that some guys feel a little bit uncomfortable telling like their friends that are girls, like, hey, like don't do this. But I know my guy friends will be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, like, what are you doing? Like, you're being such a pick me girl, and like, I don't know. It just depends on the type of person that the guy is too. But my guy friends, they will say how it is. And be like, you know what, you're being too much. Like, you're being
chill.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, not every guy's gonna be like that. So.
Well, and if he can't tell her that, then that just kind of shows you too, like, well, how good of friends are you actually? Why is she around?
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like you said with the green flag and red flag, I've always said, and like people like get into arguments with me about this all the time, but I'm like, no, it's a red flag if I'm interested in a man and he has no female friends. Because why don't you have any female friends? Have you fucked all of them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that why they're not around?
Exactly.
Because I know you've made friends with
Did you
women.
make it weird with all of them? Like, probably.
Every single one,
Well-
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he had sex with one of his female friends, is it always weird, or can it just exist?
There needs to always be appropriate boundaries. And some women might not be okay with that. And I understand why. Some women might not give a shit, and that's okay too. But he needs to prioritize his girlfriend. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't need to go shit on his girlfriend, just the friend that he did something with. He doesn't need to be a dick to her, because I've been on the other side where I'm like, hey, I'm literally just friends with this dude. I don't want anything to do with him. Don't make him be a dick to me. Don't ruin, like, I'll give you your space. I'm not going to be weird. If I do something weird, please tell me. I'll, I don't know, respect your relationship, I guess is what I'm looking for. But like, don't make anybody pick sides. Like, you guys need to work on that. Don't make it unhealthy.
Yeah.
And
There's a level of trust that you don't have there.
and like a girl that isn't up to anything suspicious, whether he did something with her or not, she will respect that.
And you
But
can
if
usually
she's
tell.
well, we can always tell. But if she starts getting combative or like there's an issue, then it's like, okay, that's a red flag. She might not even want anything to do with him, but she's territorial or something going on to where she feels like she needs to influence that relationship for who knows what reason. But yeah, that's just like, that can really mess with it if you feel like it's a good guy that you could have potential with. And it's like, but you know, it's so tricky to navigate. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard.
Yeah.
So the girl that mentioned that video towards the end, that she said it was kind of creepy if guys walked up to her in a bar.
Yeah.
How you guys feel about
This
that?
is where it's
So
so hard.
It really depends on how that situation
Yeah.
went.
And don't get me, I can see both sides because men, I do feel like they have their hands tied these days. They're like, how do I approach a woman? Because if all I ever do is meet them on dating apps and then I say something that they'd misinterpret, which is very easy to do over dating apps, people butt heads all the time simply because they just don't understand what they mean. Then like, how am I supposed to meet a girl? I want to meet somebody genuinely. I want to go up and approach her, but like, I'm going to come off like a freaking creep. So it is very hard for them to navigate. It's also very hard for us to interpret how are you going to be, you know?
genuine is this?
And it's hard to say because there's so many factors. It's like, okay, how are you presenting yourself? Do you look like you just rolled out of bed? Are you with a bunch of dudes? Are you the one buying my drink and handing it to me? Are you gonna be like, hey, what do you want? I'll buy us a drink. Bartender, give her your drink and you didn't touch it and I know there's nothing in it. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll accept a drink. But I don't know. It's just so hard. There's so many factors.
Yeah. In the same league, I feel like. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of men are like, it's so hard to talk to girls. Well, you're going for like supermodels and you're a 3 on a good day. That is why it's so hard for you to go to girls. I mean, exactly. And you're like immediately sexualizing. Hi, mommy. Okay,
Oh my God.
It's giving weird. Like,
Well, there was one dude that came up. My friend was here from out of town. We went to like Whiskey Row or I don't know, whatever, one of the places over here. And this dude was from out of town on a bachelor trip, already had been drinking, comes up, he's like, oh, you know, it wasn't weird, but when he really started the conversation, the question he asked, where'd you guys get your lips done? And I'm like,
oh, bitch, what the hell?
I'm like, do we look like we've had our lips done? 2, even if we did, why do you care? And 3,
Do you want your lips done?
yeah, like, are
what's
you
going
looking
on?
for a recommendation? Because I know some good med spas. Like, but
Yeah.
like, where do you think that's gonna go? Like, they don't. The processes up here just don't think about the long term stuff. And I wish they did.
We don't.
I think also too, like,
He might have been nervous. He didn't know what to say, but
Yeah, I mean,
Either way, you should go for looks right away.
like, what the immediately? Like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
no, we gave him shit and we watched.
when men come up to me in the bars, it's like, how many women have you done this to?
Yes.
As well. Because it's like you're in an environment where like men do that and women do that too. Men are like, women are flirty and men are flirty. So it's like, how many? So it's in an environment that I honestly just don't trust.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's hard to
Yeah.
build
And
rapport.
how many
there.
times did I got copy and pasted that intro to the
Yes.
dating app?
Dude.
Right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
But it's hard to navigate nowadays. I feel like to even like be on like dating apps, to even be in bars, because you hear about so many things, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like once you actually start a genuine conversation with them at the bar, if they don't come off creepy,
Yeah.
that's when like you're like, yeah, like I actually can like
Yeah,
date this
don't
guy and like keep
go
on,
for a
like,
pickup
talking to him.
line.
I feel like I feel like when they're like like right off the bat they say something about like the way you look or like they're like immediately sexualizing you in some sort of way like that. But if you're like coming up like with a joke or like if you just come out like a normal person, like like hey, how are you doing tonight? Like
Yeah.
that is way better than like you're super fucking hot. Like let me buy you a drink. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that is giving you views at 100 times tonight already. But like if you just like seem like a genuine person, you're like, hey, like how you doing? Like you want to go get a drink at the bar? Like or like something clever. I feel like that's what gets me the most is like a joke. Like if you make me laugh right off the bat, like I'll give you my ring size probably.
Like, show me you can drink. Show me you can drink and your brain cells still work.
Yeah. Are you gonna be dumb?
Write that down.
Or if we talk the next day and you're sober and you don't know how to talk to me anymore, I'm like, okay, we gotta figure out.
Yeah, you lost me.
My favorite thing to do is when men try to come up to me in the club. And like, cause me personally, I like to go out with my, like, I don't go out really much anymore. But like when I do go out, like I'm out with my friends. Like I'm out to have a good time with my friends. And like I've had girlfriends that I've gone out with and they like go out there immediately like, okay, I like this man. I'm like,
It's not what we're here for, sis.
That's not what I'm here for. So this may be bad, but when men come up to me and immediately sexualize me, I'm like a dark psychology mind play. Like I will flip the script and somehow get them to shake ass for me. I do it every time.
Girl, teach me your ways.
I'll give them my sunglasses, wear these for 5 minutes, and they want me to shake ass. And I'm like, nope. You wear
You're
my
doing it for me.
sunglasses. That's my payment. You grab your knees. Turn around.
Grab your
And
knees.
that's
Grab
my
your
favorite,
knees.
Like, it's
No.
really so bad, but I'm like, don't come at me trying to sexualize because I will flip the script so easy,
Uh-huh.
and it's so irritating because I'm like, I'm really just trying to have a good time. You're coming up and invading my personal space. You're touching me. You're I've had a man try to grab my phone and my drink out of my hand and grab me. Turn me.
No.
I'm pretty sure somebody
He
took
shook
my
ass
bracelet
for
one
me,
night by
okay?
doing that.
Yeah.
Like pickpocketed off. They come up and they be touchy,
Yeah.
and my bracelet was gone. And yeah, it wasn't expensive, thank God. It was off Amazon, but I was still.
That's so
it
crazy.
it doesn't take much, and it's like, don't fucking touch me. Like, don't.
I literally was grabbed by the pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
I would
The
scream.
worst part is, it was a short man. Can we go back to the short man?
There we go. Full
Always.
circle.
You could have punted him across the room, babe.
It was an easy reach for him.
No, it was literally eye
Well,
level.
yeah.
That's all you could grab onto. Give him a break.
Cut him some slack, yo.
Dead.
No, but also too, I will say one thing: when a guy is too charismatic, I have heard that that can be a huge red flag for like narcissism.
Yeah.
So like, if you are a little nervous to talk to me, that's okay. You don't have to be suave. You don't have to be this perfect dude. If I can tell you're a normal human being, even better. My wall will come down a little bit. If you're too like, hey, I like what you doing, and you're really good about like just making like playing it cool, but like getting information out of me, then I'm like, this dude's up to something.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to lie or like hide or like, how do I get out of this without making it weird? And you know, I shouldn't have to do any of that. I should just be able to say no and walk away. But like, you
Sometimes
still,
it's hard too.
yeah, you get
They don't take
intimidated.
no.
Well, yeah. And one dude, he did a really good job. He approached me at the grocery store. I was at AJ's, and he came up to me, and he was very charismatic about it, but like not too pushy. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fell for it at first, but then like I met up with him when I happened to be out, and he happened to be out. So I wasn't like going up and meeting up with him one-on-one, but it got to the point to where I'm like, this dude knows what he's doing, and he knows how to get information out of me that, you know, I'm like, how do you know my mother's maiden name? Not really, but like he kind of knew how to do that. And I'm like, nope. Like, step back.
He can be too slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this
Ulterior
dude
motives.
could probably, to like be a narcissist, be very unhealthy, and like get me into trouble or something. He doesn't have my best intentions at heart. He's not trying to show me his best side. He's trying to take advantage of me. And he probably has done it with a lot of other girls.
Yeah.
They do it once, they might as well just do it so much. Yeah.
Don't be slick, guys. There's your lesson.
It's okay to be normal. It's okay to be human. It's
Yeah.
okay to be weird.
Be yourself.
Don't be inappropriate, but it's okay to be a human being.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then they put themselves on a pedestal, and then you feel like you have to hold yourself to that same pedestal.
Yeah, that
And if
too.
you slip up, then it's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
don't
they are
make me look bad. And I'm
narcissists.
like, you came up to me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what is this about?
All right, let's get to the next one.
Like you couldn't put two neurotic people together.
No, that would.
Like,
That's why
absolutely
lesbian
not.
relationships don't last. Well, it is
That's
why.
gonna get clipped.
Well, it is why. It is why, because about 75% of divorces are initiated by women. And the simplest explanation for that is that on average, the most unhappy person in the relationship is going to be the woman. Well, why? Well, because on average, she has higher levels of negative emotion. That doesn't necessarily mean that negative emotion doesn't reflect problems in the relationship.
Yeah.
But she's going to be more sensitive to that. Well, so if you put two women together, well, what do you think happens?
You guys think women are usually the more, ready to leave?
Well, usually we're the
'cause
ones
of men.
getting cheated on. So
That's
that's a big part of it.
Because of we have to deal with men.
It's always
Yeah.
like a
What do you mean?
reaction to something.
What do you mean? What, women don't have to do the other way? Why does the other way not?
Well, I wouldn't
be
come
equal?
to you and be like, I just saw your outer penile shaft. But a man does come up to me and go, I just saw your outer coochie. Like, that's like,
I feel
like
yeah.
there's the difference there.
Well, no,
like, in and
it's in
of
a relationship,
itself.
right? The woman is more inclined to end the relationship.
Yeah, because I feel like
Yeah.
in like by nature, women are built to nurture, right? Like we are built to be mothers, like scientifically. So we have a nurturing side that men like empathy doesn't really come for men as easily as it does for women because they don't have like that mothering nurturing side to them. So I feel like for women, like we are a lot more inclined to have other people's emotions in mind when making decisions. So like whenever I'm making a decision, if I have a partner, their emotions and like they're like that they are going to be in mind when I'm making decisions. How will it impact them? How are they going to feel? Whereas like for a man, they don't really like work that way because they don't have like that more nurturing empathetic side. So I feel like they in turn are like letting down. I feel like women have higher hopes because they hold themselves to higher standards than men. Like I feel like men don't automatically like have all like I don't know. I feel like they're just not as emotionally inclined as we are because we have like that more nurturing side where like we are more inclined to take other people like take care of other people, whereas men it's more of like taking care of them like more physically like protecting them but like not protecting their emotions. I feel like whereas women like we kind of take on that role of protecting the emotions of the people that we care about. So I feel like we are let down more because we're like, oh, like I care so much about him. I'm doing all these things for him. He's not taking my feelings into consideration at all. And I feel like time and time again, I see that. Like every woman that I've seen leave a relationship is because their needs were not being met. Whereas they were meeting the needs of their man, but their man cannot reciprocate that. So I feel like just like from past experience, that's just what I've seen.
I agree with you. Like what you said, women have a more nurturing side. So we look at, okay, are we gonna like, is this man gonna be protected? Is this man not? Is this man not going to be protective? Like, has he turned into aggression? Has he turned into something else that's unhealthy for my children? Like, we look at it on that side. So I agree that most women probably choose divorce, but that's just because they're looking after their children, someone that they gave birth to, someone that, like, most women in this world don't want their children hurt or want a role model to look up to. And yeah, there is bad women out there, but most women want that for their children. And I think I do agree that like you sometimes see men kind of change.
Yeah, definitely. They
I
kind of
will-
want to get what they want.
Yeah, I will say too, I feel like men and women's brains are different. There's different levels of gray and white matter. We tend to multitask better as women. Men tend to be a little more like one thing at a time. There's differences. Women tend to realize this isn't working more easily than men. Men, if I'm still getting laid, I'm fine. Like that's like not always, but that can be like the majority of it. They're like, yeah, finances aren't good. We don't really talk. She doesn't listen to my emotions, but like I got the majority of what I need or what I feel like I need in a relationship. Women, I feel like I don't ever feel like he understands what I'm telling him when I talk about my emotions. Yeah, we still have sex, but we're still doing what he wants. Or, you know, they just tend to maybe plan a little bit more or understand a little bit more of like where things stand. Whereas the dudes are like, unless you tell me there's a problem, I don't know.
Yeah.
So the women's like, but there's this going on and there's this going on and I'm picking up on different signs and I'm realizing there's a problem. So I feel like it's just kind of the way our brains work. Unless men like see a problem right in front of them, it's hard for them to know that it needs to be fixed. Whereas women start to kind of pick up clues that, yeah, this is looking like it's going south. I need to do something about it.
Yeah.
So it can definitely be the way that we process stuff. And, you know, yeah, when you're, I don't know, I haven't been in a lesbian relationship, but I can see how that might not complement each other as well. So,
Well, and I feel like it kind of like I feel like women have emotional needs, men have physical needs. So physical needs are a lot easier to meet than emotional needs, especially if men are not very good at handling their emotions, which most are taught to tuck them away. So I feel like that is like a huge problem in most relationships that I see is that like men are taught to like be a man, hide your feelings, like you just don't cry about it, be a man. But then when it comes to like, you know, working through like any sort of emotion, they just like sweep it under the rug. And like then the woman's emotional needs aren't met. So
yeah.
Well, and like with exiting a relationship, I think it's also important to like recognize like entering a relationship. Like we feel like a woman is like more tends to lead with like emotions and intuitive needs. A man is gonna lead more with the physical and the analytical side. So I feel like when entering a relationship, like women tend to like pull more towards their emotional strings and like, okay, like this man, like he has this and this, I'm in love with him, whatever. And they tend to like fall more into the relationship. I feel like usually maybe this is just personal experience, like emotional than the man does. So then when it comes to ending, like the man is like, oh, like I feel like when entering, a man is more indecisive. And like I feel like we've all had experiences with that where like you're like so infatuated and this guy's like, oh, I don't know. Like, and it's pushing it off and like maybe it leads to something, maybe it doesn't. But then when it is time to leave, like a man's like, oh, well, I took my time and decided that I wanted to be in this relationship. So then they don't want to leave. And then it's like on the woman to end it. And then you're put in that place to like all the emotional, intuitive, like analytical is all on the woman. And then they're like, okay, now it's so built up over time because you took so long to decide for me. And now we're in this position where now I have to decide for both of us, you know?
Definitely.
All right, we're gonna get one of the more controversial ones. So we're gonna end out with a bang here.
What's your age?
26 on the, February 22nd. So I'm 25 right now.
Are you single?
I am single
Why do you think that is?
because I want to be. I have a couple of boyfriends. I hope they're not watching. Maybe like 4 or 5. So I guess I'm single. I am single.
I mean, but what's it like dating 5 people at the same time?
It's just like juggling. You have to be talented.
Are you sleeping with all 5 of them?
Not all of them. Depends on the situation.
Why not all? What's the deciding factor?
Well, there's different guys for different situations. Some guys, I just want to go to... I forgot that I'm recording this.
Some guys you just want to what?
There's different purposes for different tools.
One's a shovel, one's a knife, one's a fork.
Yeah, honestly, the one that I'm fucking, never gonna get in a relationship with him. He doesn't have the job, the finances, none of that.
So why even open yourself up to a guy like that?
Great dick.
Literally.
What do you guys think about that? You guys have different tools in the toolbox?
Okay.
I mean,
If the roles were reversed, I'm sure there's dudes saying that girl's this or this or that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, but that's literally what dudes tend to do until they're ready to settle down. Like that's their stand. Not all of them, but that's their standard.
So she's just fighting back.
Exactly. And I bet not a single one of them have asked her to be exclusive yet, and that's why she is
Fair.
because like I feel like girls will be loyal like when you give them that title of like loyalty, but like until then, if you're a pretty girl, women don't fish out men like men fish out women. So like all the guys that we accumulate is because you guys have come up to us like more often than not. So like when I'm talking to more than one guy at a time, it's because they all have approached me and none of them have asked to be exclusive. So like, okay, I'm gonna build them up. Like if I'm interested in a couple of them and they are all my type, like, you know. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like women like that will get a bad rep, but it's like none of them have made the commitment, so why should she?
I don't think she's wrong, low key.
I don't either.
Like
She could have worded it a little nicer.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I mean,
but I see her.
Me too. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I've had that experience before where I am talking to maybe like 4 different, not boyfriends in a sense, but I've been talking to 4
Like
different
dating.
guys, dating in a sense. But I mean, one is good. No one has ever like actually said, "Hey, do you want to take this seriously and do you want to just be exclusive?" No. I mean, if they did that, then I would take them to a whole different level. But at the same time, since they're not doing that, I'm just playing the same game that you guys are. You shouldn't be mad at it either.
Right.
Because if you guys aren't judged by it, why should I be judged by
Yeah.
it? You know? I'm just playing the same game you are.
Yeah.
Just a little bit better.
As long as you're being safe with it.
Yeah. And like you don't have to like give your body to every single person. Like
Yeah, but I feel like
at least
dating
I
eventually-
don't. Yeah. Like I go on dates to like dinners or like
Yeah.
to like hang out with like their friends and stuff like that. It never necessarily
out.
means exactly. And like to me, it's a fun time because I call it networking. At the end of the day,
Oh yeah, just going using guys for dinners is networking. Sweet.
I mean, because
That's not what they think.
Well, because you never know, like who you're. I actually never know who I'm actually gonna meet. You know,
Exactly.
someone could benefit me, like in a job, or I could help them in a sense, or like spiritually, or like just in a different sense. So I don't feel like necessarily it's bad. Only once someone wants to be exclusive, then yes, it's 100% bad. You know, and I always set that boundary of like, hey, I'm either not ready for it, and I think we should cut things off because I don't want to. Lead them on if they have those type of feelings. That's not fair for them, and it's not fair for me. So it's kind of like you have to keep that balance, and you have to be smart with it.
Set boundaries.
Exactly. But I necessarily don't think it's bad.
Yeah,
So
just communication, open communication, and like
Everybody's going to define dating in a different way. And so that's why you have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And if you don't ask, then
don't assume.
you can't assume even on the female side, I'm like, until I've had that conversation with him, I've had to learn the hard way. Oh,
We are not
I thought
exclusive.
I thought we were. I thought that us doing these very, almost intimate, things that meant this. That is not at all what it means to them. And even then, they could still tell you, yeah, no, we're exclusive. And it's like, then what were you doing?
Conversation.
Yeah. So it's, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Just don't be a fucking dick.
Just literally just be honest. Like it's not that hard to just communicate where you are and like how you're feeling. Like
It will
takes 2
literally
seconds.
save you so much time. Time is the most valuable thing we have. We never know how much we're going to have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't waste your own time, let alone anybody else's.
Well, you being honest is gonna literally, if anybody doesn't like it, they'll just remove themselves. And you don't have to do it for yourself. They remove
You don't want
themselves
that
out of
person
your life
there.
for you. All you have to do is
Everything happens for a
speak your
reason.
truth.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to,
They'll
be
weed
there,
themselves out.
Literally, thank
Yeah.
God.
Let
Come
trash
on.
throw itself out.
Yeah.
Always takes itself out.
I don't like to do work. I don't like to pick my nails. Come on.
It's a blue collar job, baby.
Thank you.
Great way to end the show. All right, Jess, what'd you think of the show?
I thought this was so fun.
Yeah.
I've only met like you before. I haven't met anyone else here, but I love all of our opinions here. Like this is just such a great group of girls. Good heads on our shoulders. It was a great time. Thank you, Alex, so much for bringing us all together.
Nice.
This was so fun.
Chloe, what'd you think?
I absolutely loved it. I love spilling like the women's side,
Yeah.
Like there's always men bashing women on the internet or, all this, and women are also bashing men, but you don't actually get to see 6 genuine women with their own opinions about stuff. So I loved it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Again, yeah.
Kiana.
I personally really liked it. As soon as you messaged me, I was really excited because I saw relationship and psychology. Like that's like my whole thing. I love it. I personally choose to not engage in relationships because I just I'm just very picky and I love myself and I will value myself over everyone every time in the least selfish way possible. So I thought it was a great opportunity because I have a different, I feel like, perspective than a lot of people on relationships and psychology intertwined. So I was really excited.
Nice.
I loved it.
Maddie, what'd you think?
I definitely had a great time. I feel like I have never met any of these girls, but I feel like we all are extremely genuine, and I had a really great time. And I definitely can see us doing this again.
Good
I feel
shit.
Like, yeah, I feel like we all kind of were on the same page, and
I agree.
flowed very well.
Evelyn, what'd you think?
I actually liked it a lot. I was really nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna say? Like, am I gonna cancel myself? But at the end of the day, I feel like more connected to these girls. Like I have never met them before, and this podcast I feel like brought us a little bit together in a sense, and we do have the same mentality. So if we just talk about things, it goes a long way,
Yeah.
So thank you, Alex.
Yes.
Jordan, what'd you think?
I thought it was great. It is nice to feel like you're not alone. I'm not the only one that feels this way. I see it too. I did think you were a little quiet. So
Next time.
yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But no, it's nice to see. And I hope too, maybe in the future, we can figure out how to come to a middle ground with men. So it's not like men versus women. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy.
We'll see.
Probably going to be some anger. But, it's a potential. So yeah, no, I really
love that
enjoyed it.
idea.
So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for joining the first episode of Scottsdale Unfiltered. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.